Hi, guys, welcome to my channel Everything PS. Today you will learn how to convert photos into cartoon stickers using Photoshop. Your results will be something like this, and also it can be printed on sticky papers. Just use them into applications like WhatsApp. All this is brought to you for this tutorial. Before we start, if you intend to print your sticker, please do this extra step. After importing your image, go to image modes and change it to CMYK. So the final result can be printed without any problems. First of all, you must check your image size. Your image resolution should be any value between 3000 to 4000 pixels in width or height. In my case, I will change this value to 300, and for me, the width is the smallest value. I will change it to 3000 pixels, which are acceptable. If your image resolution is smaller or bigger than the acceptable values, please change it for a better result. Let's explain why the image size is a major factor when dealing with filters. The image resolution is about 3800 pixels. Its final result is pretty good. And 1000 pixels resolution for the same image. You get a very bad result with low details. After changing image size the acceptable values, grab any selection tool and make it selection around the object you want to apply the effect on. In my case, I will use the object selection tool and select the head only. After making your selection, press Ctrl+J to take what you've selected to a new layer, hide the background layer and name the overlays as you like. Select the background layer and create a solid color above it. Change the color to gray. Then click OK. Let's move on to the second step. In this step, you will get a smooth cartoon effect with very easy to use filters. I will apply each filter and try to explain why we use it. Let's start by selecting this layer. Now go to Filter, Stylize and choose Diffuse. If you feel there is an alternative way to make an oil paint effect, now change the mode to an isotropic, then click OK. I want to apply the diffuse filter 3 to 4 times for a good result. Each time I apply the filter I should rotate the canvas first. Just go to Image Rotation and choose 180 degrees. Apply the filter again. We're taking another 180 degrees. And apply the filter again. Let's see why we are rotating on canvas. If you applied the diffuse filter without rotation, you will get white lines all over your image. Rotating the canvas is like applying the diffuse filter from different angles. And this will help you get rid of these imperfection lines. Now let's continue. With your latest layer selected, go to Filter, Blur and choose Surface Blur. Change the radius to 20 and threshold to 7. As you can see, this will make the skin smoother and softer. Now click OK. Now go to Filter, Sharpen and choose the Smart Sharpen filter. Change amount to 200%, radius to 2 pixels. Reduce noise to 50% and select Remove Gaussian Blur. This filter is to sharpen your image edges and outlines. Now let's apply the Unsharp Mask filter. Change the amount to 30%, radius to 50 pixels only, threshold 0. This will increase the overall image sharpness and add some contrast to it. Then click OK. Now select the image layer, then press Ctrl+J to duplicate it. With this duplicated layer selected, go to Filter, Other and choose High Pass. Change radius to 2 pixels. Then clicks OK. Change blend mode to overlay. The high pass filter is used to emphasize the whole image details. Select a top layer, then press the Ctrl key and select the image layer, right click and choose Merge Layers. Those filters combination can be repeated again and again with a slight amount of changes to give you a better result. But here repeat them once. Now apply the diffuse filter 3 times with 2 rotations. I'm speeding up because it's kind of similar to the previous one. Again apply the surface blur filter with the same previous values. Then apply the Smart Sharpen filter with decreasing both radii to 1 pixel and amount to 100%. And apply the Unsharp mask filter with changing the radius to 25 pixels. And finally, apply the high pass filter to change this radius to 1 pixel. Merge both layers and let's move on to the final step. Now select the image layer, then press Ctrl+J to duplicate it. And with delay selected, go to Image Adjustments and choose Desaturate. Again, under Adjustments, choose the Invert. Now go to Filter Blur and choose Gaussian Blur. Change amount to 10 pixels, then click OK. And with your layer selected, change Blend Mode to Overlay. Depending on your image, decrease opacity to a value below 50%. In my case, 25% of opacity works great for me. Now right-click on the HDR layer and choose to create a clipping mask. Select both layers, then press Ctrl+G to group them. Double-click the group to add a stroke and some shadow. Check stroke color, make it white and change size between 40 to 60 pixels. With the outside position and white color. Add a drop shadow if you like. Check the drop shadow and start adding a soft shadow using these values. Then click OK. Now select the affected group. I want to add some adjustment. Go to Adjustment and choose Levels. Adjust level values depending on your image. Now click on the clipping mask icon. This will make the levels they affect only the group below it. Adjust level slide is depending on your image. Each image varies from each other. Stay flexible and doesn't copy my values. Now let's create a color balance layer. Create a clipping mask of it, then adjust turns. Adjust shadow. And also highlights. I usually don't calculate anything, I just drag the slider. Shall on both sides like this to see how this will affect my image, and then I decide which value to use. I had a selective color layer. But it was skipped this part because it's kind of similar to the previous one. I usually just whites, neutrals and black colors here. Let's see the final result. That's great. If you want to print a sticker on a stick of paper or use it in WhatsApp, please do this extra step. Just hide the background in colorless. And also hide the shadow layer style. Then from the image menu, choose Trim. Check to trim transparent pixels and also check all 4 sides, then click OK. This will trim all empty pixels. Then export your image as a PNG. Now you can print it. And to make a WhatsApp sticker, you should install an application to do that on your phone. I hope you enjoyed it. If the video was helpful for you, to hit on the like button and subscribe. Don't forget to turn the bell button on so you don't miss the next videos. And if you have time to learn more, look at the old videos on the channel. See you in a new video soon. Goodbye.